here with Mike Dahn, PCI aficionado, and also one of the brain trusts behind BSides. So, Mike, can you tell us? Oh, yeah, it's still going. Mike, can you tell us a little bit about BSides? First off, what is it?
Sure. It's it's a lot of people say a number of different things. It's a movement. It's an event. Whatever it might be. We like to think of it as a framework, really, that lowers the barrier to entry for individuals to participate in having or hosting communities, right? So from this perspective, what it allows people to do is a lot of people collaborating on enabling other people to put on events. None of us are really organically, throwing events or event managers or something like this, right? We come from more of a technical or security background, but by a lot of people coming together to collaborate on share information about how to throw events and to help each other throw these types of events, it helps us build a local community. A lot of this was really born out of the idea that at a certain point in the economy, people didn't have money for budget, they didn't have money to pay to attend a conference sometimes, and so what would be great is if we could develop something that was local, like locally driven, locally developed, local participants, those types of things. So that's really what we're aiming for.
Very good. So it's been described at some point that it's kind of like the, the quote-unquote cast-offs from RSA and this and that. What's your kind of response to that? And do you embrace it? Do you, dispute it?
Yeah, I mean, so it did get started, right, as a number of people that applied to Black Hat in 2009 and, were rejected or otherwise. But, really, it's not meant to be the all-conference rejects. It really expands the spectrum of conversation, right? So what the internet did to TV and radio, we're hoping to do to basically physical events. It's not really in competition of, it's simply enabling a voice for those people that wouldn't normally be heard, right? One of the actual speakers we had in Austin last year, Joseph Sicoli, he early 20s, never spoken at a conference, and he kind of talked, his talk there was how hard it is to break into security, right? Exactly what we're trying to enable. And it was so well received, he went on to give another presentation in Boston about all of the great feedback and help from the community he got, and then he went back to his hometown of Dallas and actually hosted his own B-Sides event there, along with other people. So really, that kind of is the ethos of what we're trying to do. We're trying to enable a wider voice of communication. And there's a couple different, different aspects of it, right? Every B-Sides event is free, right? And there are no real vendor areas or vendor booths at B-Sides. We're trying to enable the different conversations to occur organically. So those things that we think of as the hallway track or something like that, we're actually building into these events that we're hosting. So each of the events has a number of different breakout rooms, or sometimes it's hosted in an interesting location where instead of actually saying the hallway track or the kitchen track, it actually is in the hallway or in the kitchen of a house, right? In Vegas, we rent a massive mansion off the Vegas Strip, and a lot of that conversation really does happen organically.
Very cool. And I guess the last question I have for you touched on this a little bit, but so what about vendors that want to get involved? What would you kind of recommend to them?
Yeah, I mean, so we offer a number of things to the vendors, right? And each vendor gets a little bit different out of it. Some of them want to be caught up in the cool conversation that's happening. A number of other vendors really feel that it's important to support a community-driven group like this. We're always looking to, of course, everything is paid for since it's a free event. It's paid for by the vendors and sponsors. So we really definitely appreciate their aspect. And we're trying to get new ways of getting them involved, right? So for example, here in San Francisco, we have a raffle going on at the end of each day, and each of the different vendors has a little gold sticker on their shirt. And although there is no vendor expo area or vendor booth, right, the vendors have a whole collection of raffle tickets that they can give away, right? So if you engage them in a conversation, you can get a higher chance of actually winning that prize at the end of the week. And that really creates deeper conversations, right? It creates a deeper conversation, one-on-one. People want to do business with those people that they know, that they actually have a personal connection with, and things like that. So those are the types of kind of conversations and interactions we're trying to catalyze.
Very cool. Thanks for your time, Mike. Appreciate you taking some time to talk about B-Sides.
Always. Thank you very much.
All right.